Rest your eyes. Feel for aligning your spine. Make sure the chin is down and in just slightly, so there's sort of little natural lengths like curve in the back of the neck. Relax your jaw. And other than breathing through the nose, no effort. And of course, if you have a cold, sinus infection, something else going on, nostril breathing's not working for you, no problem. Breathe anyway. I guess the other way would be through the mouth. Let your body breathe naturally. And as you settle in this concept of wintering, just notice how your body responds and how the breath may begin to respond as you hear the following words, all associated with this idea of wintering. Even the word wintering, how does that resonate with your body? Grounding, softening inward, settling, soothing the nervous system, permission to do less, resting as resilience, gentle introspection, being present and content with oneself, allowing for a state where nothing, no one else is needed to feel safe, held, and grounded. So welcome yourself to the practice of wintering through the breath. Notice and sense your body breathing in the most effortless way possible. Wintering is not about withdrawal or stagnation. It's all about intentional slowing down, restoring or conserving of energy, and choosing presence over performance or perfectionism. Wintering reminds us that rest is not avoidance, it's nourishment. It's how nature survives and renews. How nature prepares the inner soil, plants the seeds for what will eventually grow. So tonight we're going to follow that wisdom. We rest because we are wisely preparing ourselves for what lies ahead, the season ahead. Allow yourself a slow, deep belly breath. Exhale any way that feels good to you. Mouth, nose, or lips. And then again, a slow, deep breath. In through the nose, out through mouth, nose, or lips. And then one more time on your own. And then let the breath return to a natural rhythm, a restful rhythm, and simply observe. We'll take 3 more slow, deep breaths together. This time we'll breathe in through the nose, we'll purse the lips, and we'll exhale through extended lips. This was in the video that I sent out in the newsletter. So we'll just practice it a few times. We'll do it once, and then we'll allow for a few natural breaths, and then we'll do it again. A few more natural breaths, and then the third. So when you're ready, from the belly, in through the nose, breathe to stretch your lungs. Pause at the top. Purse your lips. Exhale through the lips. Notice how blowing out through the lips helps to extend your exhalation. It also helps to create sort of a steady flow of breath. So the beginning and the end feel almost sort of equal in volume and depth. Natural breath. And then again, in through the nose from the belly. Pause at the top, ease up through the shoulders, your neck, your jaw, purse the lips. And exhale through the lips and feel for that steady flow of breath. Slow, smooth, and steady. Natural breath follows, few rounds. And then for this last one, you might imagine like a dandelion, right? And you're blowing I don't know what it's called, those little white puffy things off of the dandelion before it blooms, or maybe it's after it blooms. I think you know what I mean. I forget what it's called. But you're going to breathe in through the nose, pause at the top, and then blow it out nice, steady, and smooth. Letting go, releasing thoughts, all the worries, anything else that you can let go of to become more present with yourself. Natural breath. And then preparing for alternate nostril breathing. So again, you can do this simply sensing, visualizing the breath through one side of the nose to the other. And truthfully, if you get really soft with all your facial muscles, relax your eyes, you can literally begin to sense one side of the nose a little more dominant than the other. I can sense it, especially when I'm inhaling. It's a little harder on the exhale. So that's where your imagination comes to mind. Other option is to use right hand, thumb, and ring finger up to the fleshy part of the nostrils to close one side of the nose as you breathe in, right? And then you close that side of the nose and you exhale through the opposite side. So we'll begin together. Relax the right shoulder. Relax your left shoulder. If you're using your fingers with the right hand, your left hand could be palm facing up. You can join thumb, ring finger together, or thumb and index finger together as a little seal for the practice. Little hand mudra. Most important though, steady breath. Inhale both sides of the nose. Close the right, exhale left. Inhale left. Close the left, open right, exhale. Inhale right. Close right, open left, exhale. Sense. Inhaling left side. Close left, open right, exhale. Feel for breathing in, right side. Close right, open left, exhale. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. You're halfway there. 4 more rounds on your own, giving you an opportunity to create your own steady internal rhythm. You might have room to extend the exhale a little longer than the inhale. Or maybe it's the opposite for you. You're inhaling a little more than you're exhaling. Just see what naturally shows up for you. You might also sense an equal part inhale, exhale. Notice what's showing up for you, the rhythm of the breath, and the ratio of the inhale to the exhale. And how each round, each cycle might feel a little different than the last. You'll finish your last round, exhaling through left side of the nose. And then we'll go right into Surya Bedna by breathing in right side of the nose, exhaling left. Inhale right side of the nose, exhaling left. Sense or breathe in through the right side, gently warming the body. Exhale left. Another together. Inhale right side, exhale left. Last 4 rounds on your own. Breathing in right, exhaling left. We'll finish the last round, inhaling right, exhaling left. And then when you finish your last round, if you were using right hand, thumb, ring finger, relax the right hand. And lower the hand, rest the palms. And just notice what you feel in both sides of the nose and where the presence of breath has shifted. Do you feel it a little more in the right side or perhaps now the left? What you might find, especially when you're using right hand, thumb, ring finger, is that after several rounds of breathing in right Exhaling left, even just 1 or 2 rounds. You let it go. The body naturally recalibrates and kind of brings things back into balance by bringing a little more breath in through the left side. So the left side naturally then becomes a little more dominant. Kind of fascinating. So if you ever have a stuffed up nose and only one side of the nose is blocked, right? What you would do is close the blocked side, breathe in through the unblocked side, and then when you open the blocked side, it's like magic, it'll be unblocked. Little trick. All right, natural, restful breath. And then let's do one big deep breath. Just to close out the breath work, in through the nose, stretch your belly, stretch your lungs, front, back, sides of the lungs, pause at the top. If you can sip in a little more, sip it in. Big exhale. Maybe an audible sigh. And if you feel like you need another round on your own, feel free to take it. Everyone's muted. You could even do a big lion's breath. And then let your breath return to effortlessness. This is where we began, just natural flow of breath. You might notice how the breath has responded to our, actually good 15, 20 minutes of breath work. Notice your body, and if there's any change you would like to make to your position or to your props, blankets, support underneath head, neck, shoulders, eye pillow, or dimming the lights a bit more. And then feel for settling into what some call your yoga nidra nest. A warm, cozy space for yourself as you begin to settle into this practice of yogic sleep and wintering. Wintering is wise, it's necessary, it makes way for renewal. So as you settle in, feel for the support, your yoga nidra nest, and let yourself be held in the practice. Take some weight off your shoulders. Soften the eyes for an inward gaze. Feel for a little softness in the palms of your hands, bottoms of your feet. Feel for being comfortably and evenly positioned in the back of the body, left and right sides. And then at the back of the body, notice points of contact with your nest. Back of the head, perhaps the shoulders, the arms, rib cage, back of the rib cage, low back, points of contact with your legs. Notice your feet. Where do you sense your heels resting? Perhaps the outer edges of your feet. Notice what you feel on your toes. And then breath by breath, effortless breath. Breath by breath, allowing the sounds around you to fade. allowing the sound of my voice to become sort of like background noise. You hear, listen to the sound of my voice with the whole body. It's a sensory practice, letting go of the thinking mind. And when the thoughts do appear, and the expectations, wondering what's next or knowing what's next, simply let it go. Return to the breath, natural, restful, effortless, and just feel for the sound of my voice guiding you, offering you a space of deep inner relaxation. As you settle into your Yoga Nidra nest, you might create or connect to your own inner sanctuary. This is a place within you that allows you to feel protected, cozy, and safe. Right? It could be a warm winter cabinet with some soft lighting, quiet snow-covered forest that you're looking out upon. Maybe it's somewhere sitting by a campfire on the beach. Could be a memory of deep comfort. Whatever your inner sanctuary might be, take some time to create the sensory details, feel it in your body. And then sense the ease that it offers you through the breath. As you settle into the essence of your inner sanctuary, allowing it to be your refuge for this evening. Take some time to feel its essence, providing you with the space, an open space to connect to a heartfelt intention. Right? Something you might like to receive, to offer, to embody, to embrace in this practice of stillness. I honor rest. I soften and replenish. I tend to what matters most. I am preparing for renewal. Whatever your intention might be, take some time to connect. Mentally write your statement. And then repeat it to yourself out loud or quietly within at least 3 times. And then breathe it in and let it go. Trusting the practice, trusting oneself as you have planted the seed of your intention. Key aspect of the Yoga Nidra practice is the journey through the body. This practice allows you to sense and to connect with all parts of the body and different corresponding regions of the brain. The brain has a map connecting to the body. So as we move through this practice, we're just sort of strengthening that neurological mapping. You can think of it as gently charging different energy centers in the brain while awakening different energy centers in the body. Begin by feeling for the breath, whole body, breathing each breath. And then through the breath, begin to sense the right side of the body, breathing the breath. And then just feel for this invitation for the right side of the body to relax, to release, all through the breath. And then bring your attention to the palm of the right hand and sense this little bit of a charge in the palm of the right hand, all through your awareness and the breath. A little charge, a little release, deep inner relaxation from the palm of the hand to the tip of the right thumb, right index finger, middle finger, and the ring finger, right pinky, back of the right hand, right wrist, right forearm, elbow, upper arm, right shoulder blade, collarbone, and the space between. Right side of the rib cage, right side lung, right side heart space, right side waist, low belly, low back, and the space between. Right hip, the whole right leg, upper thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, top of the right foot, sole of the right foot, right big toe, second, third, fourth, fifth, the whole right side of the body. Sense the breath, warm charge, melting tension, allowing for deep inner relaxation in the right side of the body all through the breath. And then bring your attention, your awareness to the left side of your body. Begin to invite the breath into left side of the body and this state of kind of charging, warming from the inside to release, to let go on the outside. Sense the breath in the palm of your left hand, and then the tip of the left thumb. Left index finger, middle finger, ring finger, left pinky, back of the left hand, left wrist, left forearm, elbow, upper arm, left shoulder blade, collarbone, and the space between. Left side of the rib cage, left lung, left side of the heart space, left side waist, low belly, low back, and the space between, left hip, and the whole left leg, upper thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, top of the left foot, sole of the left foot, left big toe, second, third, fourth, fifth. Sense and feel the entire left side of the body. Warm, right, charged, slight glow, allowing you to release tension, inviting deep inner relaxation. Bring your attention to the back of the body. Begin to sense the back of the body. Feel back of the body breathing. And then bringing a little charge, little warmth to the bottoms of your feet, heels, and the back of your legs, calves, upper back thighs, back of the knee, tip of the tailbone, center of low back, back of the hips, the entire back side of the spine, back of the rib cage, lungs, heart space, space between the shoulder blades, outer edges of the shoulder blades, back of your shoulders, and the arms, upper arms, elbows, forearms, back of your wrists, hands and fingers. Sense the skin on the back of the neck, base of the skull, back of the head. From the crown of your head to your fingertips to your toes, sense the entire backside of the body breathing, resting in your Yoga Nidra nest. Bring your attention to the front of the body. Begin to sense front of the body breathing. Feel the space between eyebrows, center of your forehead, temples, cheekbones, tip of the nose, left nostril, right nostril, cheekbones, upper jaw, lower jaw, and the space between. Hollow of the throat, between the collarbones, front of the rib cage, lungs, heart space, front of the shoulders, and the inner arms, biceps, elbows, forearms, inner wrists, and the palms of your hands, the finger pads. Sense the navel center, the space above, the space below, deep low belly, front side of the hips, front thighs, knees, shins, tops of your feet, tips of the toes. From the tips of the toes to the fingertips to the crown of the head, feel for the entire front side of the body. Notice the breath. And then sense the whole body breathing the breath. Now that you have charged the energy centers of the body, all through your attention, your awareness, clearing the pathways to the brain, creating space, allowing for a state of integration and wholeness, allowing you to sense and feel emotional pairs of opposites in the body, helping to integrate contrasting sensations, not by choosing sides or judging one as better than the other, but as widening, expanding the inner space to be present with all sensations. Begin to feel where within the body you sense heat, or even fire in the body. Notice where within the body you sense heat. And then notice the opposite. Notice where within the body you sense the feeling of being cold, coolness, the feeling of being cold in your body. Where do you sense that? And then notice and observe how you can feel both heat in the body, even perhaps heat or fire in the body, along with sensations of coolness. Notice how you can feel and sense both in the body. Allow for both as one continuous spectrum of sensation in the body. And then notice where within the body you sense movement in the body, perhaps twitching, the flow of breath. Notice where within the body you sense movement and how movement feels in your body. And then notice the opposite, stillness. Notice where within the body you sense stillness. Notice how your body experiences stillness. And then notice and feel, allow for both movement and stillness. Allowing yourself to be present with the parts of the body where you sense movement and where you sense stillness. Notice both. Allow for both. Notice being present, movement, and stillness. And then notice where within your body you sense the feeling of being vulnerable or uncertainty. Notice sensations of vulnerability, uncertainty in the body, and how you experience vulnerability or uncertainty in the body. And then notice the opposite. Notice, sense feelings of being safe, grounded. Notice where within the body you sense the feeling of safety, being grounded, certain. Notice how that feels in your body and where you feel it. And then allow for both the feelings, sensations of vulnerability, uncertainty, the feelings, sensations of being safe, grounded. Notice how you can sense and feel both in one moment, in each breath. And then allow your experience of wholeness to further expand, just noticing other sensations in the body. Observing and noticing your state of rest, your experience of rest. Understanding that you are not just one sensation, but a full spectrum of sensations and emotions in the body. present with the breath. Allow your mind's eye to further expand as you begin to imagine yourself now resting as you are, and then resting in a peaceful winter landscape. This landscape is quiet, calm, and steady. And rather than feeling cold, you simply sense stillness. You sense the feeling of clarity, spaciousness, the feeling of being unhurried, unrushed, moving slowly with ease. And from this landscape, you begin to notice and observe how snow falls softly from the sky, softening everything on the ground, the earth below. You sense the trees sleeping under the dark landscape, the light of the moon, and you begin to sense the way seeds rest, unclean, yet growing beneath the cold, frozen soil. You experience rest as preparation rather than emptiness. You sense the feeling of fullness, a place where your roots can deepen and where energy gathers. You sense this feeling of life quietly strengthening from within, a quiet energy with deepening roots, fueling, lasting, resting renewal. And like the warm soil beneath the snow, you allow yourself to rest, gathering and holding wisdom for what will eventually begin to grow. Beginning of the practice, you took the time to plant the seed of your intention. Return to that seed now. Water it with your attention, your awareness, and grow it with the breath. As you feel ready internally or out loud, maybe a quiet whisper from within, repeat the words of your intention another 3 times. Breathing at the presence of the breath. And then as you feel ready, breathe it in. Let it go softly through the exhale. Trusting oneself and the journey, the season that lies ahead. Feel your body resting. Feel for points of contact with your yoga nidra nest, your feet, arms, legs, the entire back of the body. Allow yourself to take in, absorb these last few moments of deep inner relaxation and rest. Last few moments of wintering Or maybe you want to take some aspect of wintering with you into the remainder of your evening, the week ahead, maybe even for the rest of the year. We haven't even made it to the winter solstice yet, right? All right, so when you're ready, gently wiggle fingertips, toes, give yourself a slow, deep breath. Feel free to exhale any way that feels good. Transitioning from the Yoga Nidra journey, which has now ended, into the world and the life around you. If you have time and would like to rest longer, of course, please feel free to always take that time. Sometimes it's nice just to sit quietly, a little quiet meditation for yourself. It also feel good to stretch or just roll off to the side and give it a good night's sleep. Whatever you choose, take a moment to be thankful to yourself for showing up and for anything else that you feel good about. And then I'll close this out together with the breath. As you feel ready, slow, deep breath in through the nose. And together, let it go. From my heart to yours, thank you so much, everyone, for showing up this evening and doing a little bit of wintering with me. Even here from the Sunshine State. It's kind of a cold, dreary day. So I hope you have a wonderful evening, good night's sleep, and we will have class next week. I'll see you then.